As the song says, I surrender all. That's what the Lord desires for us to do. It's just to surrender all to Him. And when we do that, He takes care of our hearts, our needs, and gives us peace and joy, unspeakable and full of glory. Amen. So, anyone got a testimony before we start this? Anybody got a testimony for this week? God's done something extraordinary, good in your life, a miracle? All good? Yes, He did wake us up today and gave us another day to worship and serve the Lord. And thank God for that this morning. Oh, I say this morning, it's tonight. I'm stuck still in Sunday morning. All right. Got the scriptures up on the board tonight. We just want to just talk a little bit tonight. You know, everybody likes miracles. Everybody, well, I say everybody. I feel like everybody believes in miracles. Most people you talk to, you say, have you ever heard of a miracle? Most people say, yeah, I've heard of a miracle. Some people say, yeah, I've had miracles happen in my life. And some will say, well, you know, I've never had what you would call a miracle, but I know I've been blessed. And but when we look at the miracles that were performed in the Bible by God, it was always accompanied by obedience. And you know, how many believes that miracles can still happen today? I'm a firm believer that God's the same today as He was then, and He'll be the same tomorrow. And so we got to believe that He is able, that God is able, and God's much bigger than we are, and God still performs miracles. And I know I've seen miracles in my life. I knew it was a miracle without a shadow of a doubt. Many of you have seen the same thing. And when you think about a miracle, if you looked at a biblical definition of what a miracle is, it's kind of like this: is an event that involves the direct and powerful action of God. That's the way it's described in a Bible dictionary, transcending the ordinary laws of nature and defying common expectations of behavior. In other words, when it happens, you know it had to be God. You can't explain it. Man can't explain it. It's outside the human nature. See, this is the thing that we have to get in our heart and mind is that there's nothing impossible with God. You know, God asked, I believe it was in Isaiah, is there anything too hard for God? That He said there is none like Him, and there will never be none other. He is the only one true God, and He said there is none else, no one else. And and He can do those things that it's somebody said, man, that's hard for me to believe. You ever hear someone getting a miracle